What is going on, everybody? I'm hoping y'all are having a great day. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you on TradingView my supply and demand indicator that I found. And for me, it's worked pretty much 100% of the time. Now, in trading, you really can't say something's 100% of the time. So I will say 80% of the time, this indicator does work, and it works well. Alright, so I'm going to get into the video, guys. If you are new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the algorithms. And at the end of the video, if you watch full through the whole, I will give you the actual indicator name that is on TradingView, guys. Alright, so I'm going to get my head out the way, and we're just going to dive right into TradingView charts, and I'm going to show you how this indicator works. Let me go ahead and close my OBS and get my face out of the way for y'all. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at the NQ. It is the NASDAQ 100 E-mini futures. I have it on a 1 minute interval. This will also work on 5, 10, and 20, but since I am a scalper, I scalp the sessions, whether it be the New York, lunch, PM, AM, London, or Asia. It doesn't matter. It's all the same principle. So let's go back a couple sessions ago and we'll see how this indicator works, guys. Alright, so what you see here, these red lines, they indicate supply zones. So for me, being a scalper, this is a really good indicator to use. I prefer getting anywhere between 10 points to 20 point scalps. So we can see we have 3 supply zones that printed up here. Let's just say, for instance, if you got in this last one. So the very bottom of the indicator is at the price of, let's call it 19,947, and the upper portion is 19,959. Alright, so when this thing prints, let's just say you don't get inside of the supply. Let's say if you get in a little bit below it. So okay, so we're watching the TradingView charts, and then all of a sudden this gets printed up. It has these, but we're going to use this one as our example. Let's just say you got in right here at 19,939. So for me, 10 to 20 points would be 19,929 all the way to 19. So if we could go down, we see how far this thing, okay, here's 29 right here, and then 19. Of course, when it gets to 19, so that would be my 20 points right here, I wouldn't automatically close my position out. I would go ahead and put a trailing profit right below, right above where the price is at, and when it falls, as you can see, this thing falls substantially. I mean, that's a lot of points right there, guys. So I would put a trailing stop loss, and I would go ahead and just trail this whole price until I got stopped out. So if you were to get in here and rode it all the way down here to 828, that's the price of 19,828 points. That is a lot of money to be made. Alright, let's go to the next indicator. Where are you at? Where are you at? Alright, here you can see we have some demands. The blue lines are going to be demand areas. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 printed up here. So let's go off of this very first one. Okay, so it falls, it plays up, it will start printing this demand zone. So let's just say, once again, you didn't get inside the demand zone. Let's say you got above it. Let's say you got in at 19,726. I am a 10 to 20 point kind of person. I don't know why these pop-up keep coming up. Alright, so you get in at 726. It goes up. Here's 36. Here's my first 10 points to 46. And like I said earlier, I would put a trailing in the money stop loss, and I would just trail this thing up. That is a lot of money to be made. Let's go off of this one right here, or even this one. Say we see this one getting printed, It comes down, it taps back into the demand area. So let's say we get inside of this candle right here, 760. So for me, I'm looking at 780. It goes up. Here's 780 right here. Boom, we hop in. I put my trailing stop loss, my take profit stop loss, and we ride it up. If we get stopped out up here, great, I got my 20 points plus, so I'm happy. Let's find another example. Boom. It prints a demand area. Let's say you don't even get inside the demand area. Let's say you get in at 801. I'm looking for my 20 points, so I'm looking for 821. Boom, I made my 821 points right here off of this candle right here. This, or even this green candle, 820. I would set my trail and take profit. It would come up. I would probably get stopped out somewhere right here, but it's okay because I got my 20 points. Here are some supplies that got printed. Same thing. Supply prints. We had one here and we have one here. And 20 points. Let's say if we got in right here at 993. We're going to go down to 983. That's 10 points. And then 973. Here's my 20 points. Of course, trail it. Make all that money as well, guys. Alright, so here's a different type of one right here. It goes up a little bit, right? It prints, let's say you get it at 932. It goes all the way up to 943, so that's 10 points right there. Comes back down, plays within the demand zone. Let's say you re-enter, right? It falls to the bottom of it, you see it. It gets wicked out, it comes back up. Let's say we hop in here at 929. So now I'm looking for 949 and a half. Where's it at? Right, was that it? Yep. 29, yep. So 49 and a half would be right about here. Awesome. So I would probably take this 10 points here. I would get out, and then, okay, well, I see it come back into the demand area. I would take another 10 to 20 point scalp as well. Let's find us another example. All right. This one probably wouldn't have worked, or it may have, because you can see these are these are very lengthy candles. So this is probably news. It would be too fast to react on. But let's just say you did get in when this did print, right? Let's say if you got in down here at 941, you would have a lot of money you just made. Same thing here. We have a demand print. We would take that long. I would take my 20 points and maybe even 30 points. It just depends on how well I trailed it. Did I get too close to the price action where it stopped me out in a profit, or did I kind of leave it back a little bit to let it run up? All right, we have a small demand here, 075 to 088, so that's 10 points there. We had one printed here, 083. We got our 20 points here for sure. Demand printed, demand print. So you can see this indicator works very well. When a blue demand gets printed, you want to go long, and when a red supply gets printed, you want to go short. The red supply. Let's say if you got in at 189 and you drop it to 171 at the bottom of this red candle, that's a little bit more than 10 points there. We have a blue demand print. Let's say if we got in at the bottom of this candle here at 131 3/4 and you ride it up, that's 20 points. That's more than 20 points there. Demand, 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 demand. You would have caught all that. That would have been money for you, of course. We have a very small supply run there. Supply prints, comes back into the supply, retest it, come back down, 249 all the way to 227. That's 20 points. That's 22 points. This would have been a nice one. Now, when one prints and then it comes into another print, that's just pretty much telling me to stay in the position, and it falls down there. So for the price of 250 and you wrote it all the way down to 187. That's almost 100 points right there. Not quite 100, but almost 100. Supply didn't get printed here, but if you would have took this short, it would have been awesome. Supply prints, price falls more than 10 points, comes back up inside of the supply, then continues to fall. Demand, look at this run right here. Let's just say this prints and you maybe hopped in at this portion of the candle right here, 20,019. So we're just going to call this 1950. Ride it up to this demand. That is a lot of points, guys. Keep riding it. Keep riding it up. Jeez, keep riding it up. If you would have held that whole play, that would have been a lot of money, y'all. Supply prints. Let's see, you hopped in at 330 and got out down here at 285. That's almost 50 points. That probably is 50 points. Here's a supply print. What a fall. What a fall, guys. We had another supply print here. What a fall. Supply print here on the true day open. You can see this line here is a true day open line. Perfect entry at 165. Let's say you write it down to 129. That's what, 40 points? Forgive me if my math's wrong, but it's around 40-point fall. Demand, 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 demand. That's a nice ride up. That's a 30-point ride up there. We have a demand zone print here. Let's say you hopped in at this candle here at 151 to 173. There's my 20 points. As you can see, it works. Demand gets printed, skyrockets up. Supply gets printed here. It falls during the London session. London ends, demand gets printed, comes up, retests the demand, and since nothing gets printed, but it did fall into the demand zone, I would take another long there. So you longed it here, made your 20 points, came back down, retested the demand zone. I would take that, I would execute that trade again. We had this huge news spike. Demand gets print, demand. I mean, you can see this indicator works well. Supply falls, supply falls. Demand, go long. And also when a demand gets printed at the bottom of a session liquidity, the bottom of Asia, you know for sure this bad boy is going to go up, guys. And then this was on Friday. I actually took this trade here. I made 20-point run off of here, 145 to 127, just about 20 points. So this is on Friday, so today being Sunday when the market opens, I'm looking for a gap up. Today is Sunday. It is the 11th of May. So the market will reopen in about 5 hours and 22 minutes. So that's it, guys. Supply and demand. All right, guys. Since you are at the end of the video, I'm going to show you what this indicator is called. Here it is right here. It's got to be all capitalized and it has to be spelled the exact way this is spelled. It's S/D, boring explosive. That is the indicator name, guys. You have to do S and put a space in between the dash, and then a space in between the dash and a D, and then boring dash explosive. So that is it. I'm going to leave it up here for a few more seconds so y'all can get it. S/D space boring explosive, and then you don't have to type in nephew Sam because it'll automatically come up. But yep. All right, guys. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. Once again, if you are new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the algorithms, and I appreciate it very, very much. And I hope y'all have a great day. Y'all trade safely. Don't overtrade. Don't revenge trade. Y'all know the rules, right, guys? Well, I'll see y'all in the charts, and my live streams will be, once again, Sunday through Friday, when I'm streaming Bookmap with footprints, guys. Other than that, guys, y'all have a great day. and I will see y'all later, man. Peace.